Your work now, explain what you do, please.
I work for an oil and gas chemicals company in Houston, Texas, in our organizational development department. And essentially, I have a global remit for all of our leadership and management globally. I travel around and teach them how to develop, coach, teach, map careers for themselves and their employees, as well as discuss succession planning for the company, leadership development, things of that nature. The oil and gas industry's current state has definitely had an impact on us. I travel globally, so we've had pretty severe travel restrictions recently. Not necessarily a travel ban, but any of our travel has to be approved by the president of our company. So they're keeping a very close look at your travel expenses. It's also had an impact on the company as far as hiring. We have a temporary hiring freeze going on now, except for non-essential personnel. So our customers are still working, and they're still asking for our services, but we're not able to provide that necessarily at a high standard because we don't have the people to fill the seats, right? So it's definitely had an impact. Fortunately, we're not laying off anyone. We're not downsizing. We're staying steady Eddie for now. But I think if it takes any more of a dip, that we can have more severe impact. For me, because I was a bad debtor in college, right? I did not heed my parents' warnings about credit cards and the impact they'll have on you when you don't pay them. So for the first 10 years of my career, I've been paying off college loans and credit card debt. So I think the national debt is pretty much a product of people not being trained appropriately in how to manage their own personal debt, right? And we've put those people in power now, and they don't have, and now they're playing with our money, right? So I think it comes back to the appropriate training in college and from parents and from the the village mindset to help train individuals on how to manage their own expenses, their own finances, and more importantly, their own debt. I think I personally will, when I have children, that will be one of my top lessons when they're of age, 16, 17 years old, going to college, is how important it is to manage your own expenses and debt. Because, I mean, where could I be today, 10 years down the road, if I didn't have to, pay $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 of debt for the first 10 years of working, right? It's definitely a hamper. I think it's only going to get worse, right? As costs go up, cost of college goes up, prices of goods go up. I think it's only going to get worse. So I take that question as the education needs to start here first, right? I think when it comes to national or international debt crisis, I think it is up to us personally to take responsibility for our own finances and also hold those in power accountable for the country, the state, the city, the world's finances, right? And not just take excuses for granted. Actually, it is, again, up to us to say no and stop. And there's a more responsible way to manage not only your own finances personally, but more importantly, have someone else managing your money that you're paying as a taxpayer, right? There's more responsible, more credible. There is so many better ways to use that money. So I think it's definitely up to us to take responsibility for ourselves and for our country and frankly for our world, to start to manage debt and start to decrease the debt crisis.